What's going on, guys? So I was doing some yard work, and as you can see, the skies are overcast. It started to pour, so I had to come back inside, and it really got me in the mood for a nice hot latte. And obviously, I had to do a little bit of doom scrolling before I got to it. And just looking through my feed, it made me realize how insane all the coffee related content has gotten lately. Like, if you are a coffee aficionado and you like following like coffee related content on your Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, um, all I see are creators trying to outdo each other in terms of the ridiculousness of the drink that they're making or the ridiculousness of the machines that they're using, right? Like, either they're gonna be doing some freaky shit like combining, I don't know, like strawberry or lemons with their lattes, disgusting. Um, or they use these $6,000 to $10,000 over machined coffee equipment that is not within the reach of everyday people like you and I, right? So I figured I might as well share my method of making a decent espresso with the world. It's a process I've been refining over the past 4 to 5 years, and I'm an ultra budget kind of person. I like extracting the maximum use out of any piece of gear that I own. That philosophy obviously has developed with my musical gear, and that extends to my coffee equipment as well. So my goal with this video is to kind of show everybody how you probably need a budget of 200 or less in today's economy to make a latte or an espresso or whatever else that is easily going to rival Starbucks and whatever else, so you can save your money. Full disclaimer, coffee is a part of my daily routine. I guess you could call me a bit of a coffee snob. I wake up every day and I grind my beans fresh. It's the first thing I do in the morning, along with feeding my animals. I make myself a latte every single day from scratch, right? And I have a process to it, and I kind of want to share that process with you guys. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to take you guys over my equipment and then take you guys through my process. So see you there. All right, so this is my coffee corner. As you can see, it's a little bit messy because it's not curated for Instagram content. It actually gets used every day. So let's begin with one of the most important parts of the setup, which is my CASABREWS espresso machine. As you can see, it comes with this little pressure gauge that tells you what range is good for espresso. And I think personally that that's a really useful feature to have, because I do feel like the espresso that's extracted from that range is more tasteful. And you can pretty much adjust your grind size to make sure that the shots that you're extracting is within that range, right? It also comes with a milk frother, but honestly, it's not a very good frother. It takes forever to heat up the milk. So I'm going to show you a better alternative for that. Moving to the left, this is where I keep all of my little accessories for my espresso. I have a portafilter here. I have the WDT, which is the distribution tool here. I have the funnel here. Then I have another WDT tool that I don't really use. I have a distribution tool and a tamp here, and I have my puck screens here. I have another portafilter, which is a bottomless portafilter. So whenever you purchase a machine like this is going to come with what I think they call a pressurized portafilter, which is a portafilter which has something like this at the bottom. I mean, they're fine. The problem with these pressurized portafilters is you're not able to monitor your shot, so you're not able to see if you have done your distribution properly. You're not able to see if you're having channeling happening during your shots. So visually, I feel like having something like this goes a long way in refining your shot, because remember, we're operating within a budget here and we need to have very slim margins of error. So I highly recommend not using the pressurized portafilter if you can, and going with this bottomless one instead. the puck screen. Now this is a pretty important tool if you want to keep your shower head clean. It just keeps things clean. I don't think it makes a big difference when it comes to, you know, the spread of the water. The way you distribute your grind is going to affect that more, but that really keeps things clean and saves you some time when it comes to cleanup. WDT tool. Now this is something I've been using for like 5 years and it's in a pretty sorry state. I do need to replace it, but essentially these are like acupuncture needles, and you use these to distribute your ground coffee beans. This over here is a super useful piece of equipment. It's pretty heavy duty. This is a leveler, so it makes sure that your coffee grinds in the portafilter are leveled properly. So you level it first, and then this part is the tamper. So you press down and tamp it down so that everything is nice and compact, right? So moving on, this is a regular kitchen scale. It's not really a coffee scale. I got this from Walmart for like $5. If you want, you can invest in something that's, you know, more accurate, but it doesn't really make a big difference to me. Now, moving on to the next part of the setup, which is just as important as your espresso machine, is your coffee grinder, right? Now, there are some things you want to look out for when you are going to be using a grinder. So let me put it this way, right? If you use pre-ground coffee beans, your espresso is not going to taste very good, right? Because the grind size is probably going to be off, right? So what's the next option that you can have, which is an ultra budget option? You can use something like this. So this is a blade grinder. These are really, really cheap. You can get them for like $10 to $15. And the problem with blade grinders is the consistency of the grind, right? You're gonna get inconsistent grinds with these blade grinders. I believe James Hoffman did a video where he showed like ways to use a blade grinder, and I used that method for like a year until I just got frustrated and I wanted my system to be faster. So your next option is a Burr grinder. Now, once you enter the territory of Burr grinders, there are many options, and they can get expensive really, really quick. So you gotta be careful, and you cannot be carried away by advertisement, right? What you want to look out for is a stainless steel burr. And another thing that is often underrated is this attachment right here. So you want to look out for burr grinders which have the ability to hold your portafilter just like that, right? This is going to save you a lot of time. A majority of the cheap grinders that you're going to find on Amazon or whatever else is not going to have that attachment. So the way that's going to work is it's going to collect the coffee grinds in a separate container. Then you have to take that container, transfer it to another container, which you have to again pour into a portafilter. And that is just going to make you waste your time. It's going to increase your espresso making time by quite a lot. So if you are able to find a grinder that has this attachment built in, it's going to save you a lot of time. Your future self is going to thank you, right? So let's take a look at the grinder that I got. So this is a cheap Amazon grinder. It's called KITfanz, as you can see. It does have like a touchscreen system, but I paid less than $60 for this, if you can believe it. The espresso machine was around $99, so we're still way under $200. And these two are probably going to be the more expensive parts of your setup. Everything else, all the accessories, can be obtained rather cheaply. So I got this for, like I said, under $60. There was a discount code on Amazon, and I just found it and I got it. And honestly, this is not a very good machine, but it gets the job done. As you can see, you can select your grind size here. So if you want to do pour over, you can do a more coarse grind size, but if you want to do espresso, you go to a finer size. And honestly, with this machine, I have to go all the way to 1 in order to get a satisfactory grind. So before I start making my coffee, I want to quickly touch over 2 more things. The first thing is this electric frother. So You can get these things for really cheap on Amazon, and honestly, it's a much faster way to froth your milk as opposed to using the steam wand that comes inbuilt into these cheaper espresso machines, because they take up a lot of time and a lot of steam to get the exact same result, which is basically introducing air into your hot milk, right? The other thing that I want to talk about really quick are coffee beans, right? Personally, I live in Florida and I live near Orlando. So I prefer using Foxtail coffee. They have a blend called the Farmhouse blend, which just tastes amazing. And it's roasted in Orlando, so I'm able to get relatively fresh coffee batches. And to me, that makes all the difference, right? It's not very expensive either when you compare it to how much an average packet of single origin coffee costs. So whenever you purchase coffee at your grocery store, always take a look at when it was roasted, because that is going to tell you how good the quality is going to be. The fresher the coffee, typically the better it's going to taste. You can go for a dark roast, medium roast, light roast. It's completely up to you. Your taste is subjective, right? But try and not skimp out on the freshness of the coffee, because that is going to make a huge difference, in my humble opinion. All right, so let's start this. We're going to start out by measuring out exactly 18 grams of coffee. And when I say exactly, I don't mean exactly. I mean around 18 grams should be fine. You can be exact if you want to, but I haven't seen it make too big of a difference. Once I've done that, I'm going to put the coffee beans into the hopper. Some people recommend spritzing your coffee beans with water to prevent static. It's probably a good idea. I should probably try that out. I'm going to slap on my funnel onto the top of my portafilter. I'm going to stick it in here and I'm going to start grinding. So things just got real there for a second. Essentially, my beans were stuck on the edge of the hopper and I was trying to move it towards the center. But anyway, as you can see, we have ground our beans. Now it's useful to have like a surface to rest the head of your portafilter on. I'm just using some oven mitts, but you can use whatever is in your kitchen. Feel free to improvise. It's like jazz, just improvise, but make it make sense, So what I'm doing right now is carefully breaking down all the little clumps of finely ground espresso that I'm looking at. And the reason I'm doing that is to prevent something called channeling. That happens when the grinds are distributed unevenly and water tends to pool or get stuck in certain areas of the puck, which is the coffee within the portafilter, right? So I'm going to make sure that I diligently break apart any clumps and do not skimp out on this process. This is quite important. So I'm going to do this, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to remove the funnel and I'm going to tamp it down. All right, so I've finished distributing my coffee grounds, and the next step is going to be super important, which is leveling my coffee grounds. So I'm going to take this tool right here and I'm going to press down with this section, right? So press down like this, and I'm not going to apply much pressure. I'm just going to turn it around like this. Now, once I remove it, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see that it's more or less uniform, right? I'm going to take this little brush right here, and I'm going to brush down some of the coffee grounds that have been stuck on the edges and stuff like that, so that my workspace is clean. And I'm going to give it another do-over. There you go. And now I'm going to take this side, and I'm going to press it down, nice and firm, but not too firm. Don't go like Hulk on this thing. And boom, there you go. There's your beautiful coffee puck. And I'm gonna take this puck screen, I'm gonna drop it over. And we're ready to go. Okay, so the portafilter is in the coffee machine. I have flushed it out once, and now we are going to extract our shot. Let's do this. It's my favorite sound in the whole world. And we have coffee. Look at that. So you're always going to see some initial channeling, but as you can see, I distributed my grounds properly, so they kind of coalesce in the middle. And now it's coming out absolutely beautifully. And if I can quickly show you the range, you'll see that pressure-wise it is in the correct range. And there's our beautiful espresso shot, guys. Look at that. All right, so now we're going to circle back to what we were talking about initially about not using your espresso machine's inbuilt wand. And that's because you can use this piece of beauty right here. And just see how quickly I can make froth from my milk. And I can do this with cold milk as well. I just heat up the milk in the microwave for like a minute and a half. And if that makes you shudder, well, too bad. And you can, go a little longer if you want, but at this point I already have decent foam. I just like my latte extra foamy, so I'm gonna go on for a little bit longer. And we're good. That's enough foam. So we're at the finish line, guys. I have my espresso shot in here that I'm gonna pour in. And then I have my beautifully foamed milk that I'm also gonna pour in. And I'm kind of one-handing this. Typically I would be using a spoon to filter out the foam from the top, but there you go. I don't know how to do latte art, but that is definitely a damn good latte. Obviously I used whole milk because I'm not a subhuman, but if you have to use half and half or even worse, soy milk, best of luck to you. But there's your beautiful latte. I did forget to talk about the knock box. As you can see, I need to clean mine out. But this is essentially where you drop your espresso pucks. And it's not an essential purchase by any means, but it does make your life easier to have one of these. I'm gonna one-hand this as well, so I'm gonna drop out my puck screen over here, and now you can see my puck is nice and compact. I'm just gonna bang it over here. And it's out. See how nice and clean that was? Now I can just rinse it under the tap and we're good to go. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I don't make money off any of these things, but I will be providing the names of all the things that I've used in the description below. Feel free to look through that. You have no obligation to purchase those exact same items. Again, I don't have any affiliation with them. I'm pretty sure they're all mass produced in a factory in China anyway. It's more about how you use them, so don't fall for the, brand rhetoric. Just get some nice cheap equipment that does the basics for you and take it from there. Cheers. Enjoy your coffee.